Hey, what's going on everyone? My name is Jamerson. Welcome back to another video. And today I wanted to talk about Jujutsu Kaisen, more specifically that it ended yesterday. And I took a little time to, I wasn't sure if I wanted to make this video, but I thought about it and gathered my thoughts about it, and I felt like I should make a video talking about how I felt about the ending and like my overall experience of like the whole series. And so the last chapter, I felt like it was pretty good. It was really good. These last couple of chapters, they kind of just been a lot of like wordy, trying to like tying loose ends, and it felt like they were like Gege was setting up like a part 2, and that may be happening. Who knows? There wasn't really any announcement, but let Gege take a break. But this last chapter in particular, it was very nice seeing Megumi, Nobara, and Yuji, hanging out, doing missions together. It's so nice to see the trio back in action, and they're trying to investigate a curse user, probably as a result of like Kenjaku's meddling back in the day. Or not back in the day, during like the Colon Games. And it ended up being like pretty funny, where it turns out the curse user was like causing problems for this girl's boyfriend, and it turns out the curse user had bought a present for the girl in question, had brought a purse for the girl in question, and she had forgot about him. He was like very pissed off about it, so it's kind of a loser. And so but anyways, it was nice seeing Nobara, Yuji, and Megumi, interacting with each other. And Nobara and Yuji, they're kind of just trolly. They're not trolling, but like they just not taking things seriously. And then Megumi like backing them up. And he's always the serious one. And then but they finally caught the guy, the curse user, using curse against people, and I thought this last particular part, like the end part of the chapter, is where things are like really interesting. Yuji like goes up to the curse user, and the curse user is just worried that he's going to get killed or he's going to get punished like harshly, and Yuji pretty much thinks back to his conversation that he had with Gojo before he died during the training, the preparation against like the Sukuna raid, and this was a nice conversation. This was just like Gojo's telling Yuji that he didn't want Yuji to become like him. He wanted him to surprise him, but not surprise him in a way where like he does things differently than Gojo would. And this is where like Gojo pretty much like left everything on Yuji's shoulders, and he says that he trusts him. Like, I'll leave everything to you. And if you've been reading the series, pretty much every influential person in Yuji's life, every mentor type that he has always left something, like left everything to him. Nanami left everything to him before he died at the hands of Mahito. Not really Junpei. Chozo kind of left in the hands of like Yuji in a way, but given that send off. His grandpa, Yuji's grandpa, did the same thing in a way. And now Gojo, before like he died, he left everything to him. Oh yeah, and even Higuruma, even though he's not dead, thankfully, he almost pretty much was going to leave everything in Yuji's hand if he had actually survived. But I just found it like really good. This conversation, I feel like this is like a really good send off for Gojo. I know a lot of people on the internet were upset they didn't have like a funeral for Gojo, this like influential individual. But I don't really feel like a funeral celebration or whatever you want to call it was really necessary for Gojo. Like, this scene here is like the perfect send off for Gojo, because his whole dream was creating these next generation of sorcerers who or like, that surpass him, and that work together. And he's finally done that, and he doesn't have to worry about that. He wins that fight with Sukuna with no worries and regrets, because he knew that he won. And I just think it's like great to see the Gojo Gege. Like, we've seen more of Gojo in these last, we've seen more of Gojo after he died, after he died with his fight with Sukuna. And I really feel like there's a lot of great characterization of like Gojo after his death here. But this last conversation with Yuji was really great. And then we skip back to the present with Yuji talking to the curse user, telling him, hey man, it's okay. You made a mistake. Now that you know you make a mistake, you can go work for us, and that's okay. And that mentality that Yuji has now, it's thanks to like Gojo and Nanami and all those people. And and it also makes sense with Yuji's conversation with Sukuna in his domain, when he's trying to connect with him, how he was talking. And I really feel like this was a different approach. I feel like Gojo's conversation with Yuji during the preparation arc, not preparation arc, but preparation time skip, was a direct result of Yuji's domain, where he's talking with people and like trying to connect with his domain, like his domain sure hit effect. And that's where like the whole, whereas Gojo and Sukuna's, their domain is more destructive, Yuji is more of a hey, let me change your mind type of thing. And I feel like this actually like worked out here, because in this next part we see Sukuna and Mahito in the curse realm, their souls in the curse realm. And apparently there's a little dialogue between the two, where Mahito figured out that Sukuna was, being Sukuna because he was getting revenge against the people who resented him, or like threw him away. And then Sukuna is like, yeah, I guess so, and figure the curse that I had in me would like take over and stuff like that. And so, and an interesting moment here is like Sukuna decides, hey, maybe this is a second chance for me. And he has like a young Urame with him. And it's like, you're saying this, maybe this is a second chance for me, and maybe I'll just, take a different path than last time and not be like a total asshole. And Mahito's obviously pissed about it. It's like, I'm going to be the only one that's going to be like soaking, and like, yeah, well, the only reason why I'm changing is because I lost. And if this is like honestly great characterization. So this goes back to like Sukuna, like, if you have the strength to like beat him, obviously like he respects that, and Yuji beat him, so like he can't be mad at that. And I thought it was real nice that in the last chapter it like ties back to the first chapter of Jujutsu Kaisen, where Sukuna's finger was in the little I forgot the storage unit, but instead of it being a curse, it's more of a blessing now, where it protects people from disasters and stuff like that. So this chapter, I feel like near the end, this chapter like really is good. Nice little character moment for like Gojo, and like makes a lot of other scenes that happens beforehand like very much more impactful, like Yuji's conversation with Sukuna, which looks like it actually works, and like it just seems like it just really, I feel like it really ended really well, and I can't wait to see like what happens next with it. But yeah, I love the series. It's very near and dear to my heart. Like I've never experienced something like this, but maybe close to like Naruto. But even then, I feel like Jujutsu Kaisen has kept my interest more than like Naruto has, because I feel like there's moments where I weren't as interested in like Naruto, but they're two super series, so that doesn't mean that one is greater than another. And I prefer Jujutsu Kaisen over Naruto. But yeah, for anyone that hasn't read or like watch it, I hope you've read it, because I just kind of spoiled the last chapter. But if for anyone that haven't like read it and you're watching this and listening to me talk about it, I definitely suggest reading it. But yeah, this is a great series. A lot of like great characters that I love. Like so many great characters: Yuji, Megami, like the whole trio, Maki, and I like Inumaki and Yuta. Yuta is definitely the GOAT. Gojo, Sukuna, best villain of like all time, like for sure. Like honestly, he's like top two. Like Dio is like one of my favorite villains, and Sukuna is like up there. And it's just so crazy. Yeah, the series is great. Power system is amazing, very intricate and detailed and technical, and like everything like makes sense to me. Like, yeah, this totally makes sense. It doesn't feel like an asshole. But I love the series so much, and I hope if you're listening to me talk about this, I hope you do too. Let me know what your favorite moments are. My favorite moments is honestly the fight with Chozo and Yuji. That's the greatest fight that really got me into like the series. Another great moment that I enjoyed was Yuji's and Sukuna's fight near the end. There's a lot of great moments that I love. It's just those like are the ones that like popped out a few in my mind. But yeah, let me know what your favorite series. Who's your favorite character of the whole series, and what you thought about the ending. But thank you guys so much for listening to me talk about Jujutsu Kaisen, and I'll probably make some more stuff in the future. But you guys have a great day, and thank you. Bye.